Live from the CLOC Global Institute, this is Around the CLOC with your host, Tom Rice, and co-host, Tanya Svoboda.
Good morning, Las Vegas, and welcome back to Around the CLOC. I'm still Tom Rice, and joining me as my new co-anchor today is Tanya Svoboda of Svoboda Content. Tanya, great name. More twists and turns than a legal ops workflow.
Well, I have been told it's quite a tongue twister, Tom. Good morning. I am thrilled to be here. Although Kevin, aka Ron Burgundy, is going to be a tough act to follow. Now, before we get started, Tom, I do have to ask you, what is that smell?
I would guess that's the scent of Kevin Clem. I think heavy concoction of wisdom, cologne, and the rich mahogany scent of that Aria penthouse suite.
Wow, that really stings the nostrils.
Yeah, it really does.
Should we get to the headlines, Tom?
We should. Let's dive in.
First up, a US-based company proudly shared on LinkedIn that they installed a meditation room exclusively for their in-house legal team. However, a CGI newsdesk insider has tipped us off, saying that that room is actually, quote, just a closet where everyone goes to scream. Gmail recently added a new auto-replace feature just for legal teams. From now on, all subject lines from sales to legal will automatically be changed to OMG, everything is on fire.
Great feature.
Much
I'm
needed.
glad that's off the Google product roadmap.
Much needed. Lastly, Zoom has introduced a new feature that automatically shuts down any meeting once it hears any buzzwords: land the plane, circle back, synergy, low-hanging fruit, bandwidth, boil the ocean, move the needle, or anytime anyone threatens to unpack anything. And those are the headlines. Back to you, Tom.
Thanks, Tanya. Right, fantastic. Let's move the needle, land the plane, and unpack what's in store for us today at CGI.
Why don't we just focus on what your agenda is for today, Tom?
Okay. Well, I'm sticking around for the general session next. There's an international panel. I also like the idea of change my mind, change my view sessions. But enough about my takes. Let's cut to the street with Dan Yee to understand what inspired our audience yesterday.
I think legally I have to say kangaroo, but in my heart of hearts, I think it's the cloctopus. Is that wrong?
This is Dan Yee coming to you from CGI 2024. And today, my question is, what are attendees' favorite parts of CGI 2024 so far?
Networking with the vendors. Mine would definitely be just the people, seeing clients I haven't seen in a while and meeting new potential clients.
CLOC, CGI, it rocks. Bringing people together.
I've been to several brain dates, and I think they're wonderful.
What is her favorite part of CGI so far?
I guess all the teas I have to drink from losing my voice from talking and meeting so many people.
The panel discussions.
The networking and the cloctopus.
There you have it. What is the best swag here at CGI 2024?
Well, I'd have to say they're these really innovative ear warmers from Case Point. They also work well as socks.
Fantastic work, Dan. Now, Tanya, have you been to any standout sessions?
Honestly, they've all been so inspiring. The energy is tremendous. In fact, I think I saw someone run the 5K twice after the personal branding session.
I think that was actually Dan, Tanya. I'm just grateful you saw him alone because 5K is enough for fun. I think going to 15 is a bit much.
More than enough for me. Speaking of getting in your steps, Tom, have you had a chance to walk the exhibit hall? Any favorites?
I can't play favorites, but I have walked the hall, and this is my first CGI, so I've been blinded by the sheer size and scale of the event. I also think that the dynamic is changing between legal ops professionals and these companies, and I find that really interesting.
In what way, Tom?
Well, I think with the advent of generative AI, I think the conversations are now becoming about what might be possible in the next year rather than the next decade. There's a freshness to that. Everything's a collaboration or a trial.
It is an exciting time, to be sure. Now, will I see you at CGI after dark tonight?
You will. Again, outside of my comfort zone. We've just been briefed backstage that there'll be airbrush tattoos, aura reads, and VR escapes to magical lands.
Airbrush tattoos in VR. Now that sounds like a regular Wednesday night for you, Tom. It's sure to be a great night. I'll be there, and I hope I'll see all of you as well.
And that's all for today, folks. Up next, CLOC board member Farah Pepper. But before we part ways, a word from our sponsor, Robin AI. Let's hope they leave the early morning wake-up calls for the real Robins.
I am tired.